Morning, everyone.
Morning,
Good
Rabbi.
morning, Rabbi.
We are learning Mishna Gittin, Parakeh, Chapter 5, Mishnah Aleph, Mishnah 1. Now, if you've been wondering, like, what do these Mishnayos have to do with Gittin, with divorces? A lot of them have nothing with divorces. But being that the discussion started, but this is a discussion of things that were, or relate to things that were instituted, when they tikkun ha'olam for the benefit of society. Which benefit of society is a term that could actually mean, specific women, specific children. It's not necessarily this broad society kind of thing, but it means it's for the benefit of people. So now, the Mishnah says like this. Now, before we begin the Mishnah, there are three types of land that we find that the Torah mentions. Three types of levels of quality of land. It's called idis, which is the highest quality. There's beinanis, beinani, medium quality, and ziburis, which means poor quality. And we need to know those terms for the Mishnah and to understand that these terms about a person's different types of land that they may own is not a term used in let's say in comparison to the general society. It has to do with each person individually, as we will see. But it's not a qualification based on a general qualification of what's going on around them, as much as specifically the people involved. Okay, so the Mishnah says like this: Hanizakin, when a person is being paid for damages, somebody damaged their animals, their property, but a situation where they are deserving compensation for being damaged, shamin lohen beidis, we evaluate them with the best property. That means like this. The actual halacha is like, I'll read to you, if someone or his property, for example, his animal damages another person or his property, he must pay the victim with money or movable goods. That is what initially they're supposed to be paying with. He may not give him land unless he has no money or movable goods available. So land is not, paying somebody with property is not the initial payment, but it's a payment if you can't pay with the other things that you should. Okay, so now the Mishnah is saying that when you're paying for a damage, you have to pay the damage with the best field. With the best field. Which means if you have, whatever is that so what does that mean exactly? So here is important to know. I'll read you again here from the notes. Actually, the Torah itself specifies that damages be paid from Meitab Sodeu, his best field. However, this refers to the best land of the victim. That is, if the damager pays with land, he must pay with land that is equal in quality to the best land of the victim. According to biblical law, then, if the damager's poorest fields were of the same quality as the victim's best fields, it would be acceptable for payment. Mm-hmm. The rabbis, however, required the damager to pay with the best of his field, meaning which in Gemara terms is called Meitab Sadeu Shalmazik. Not according to Torah law, you deal with the best field of the one that was damaged. According to what the Chachamim instituted, it's the best field of the damager, even if it's superior to the best land of the victim. Right. The enactment was made for the benefit of society, so that people will be especially careful to avoid damaging the person or property of others. Okay? So the point is that initially, the highest quality that the Torah wants you to pay if you damaged is the highest quality field, according to the best field of the nizik, of the one that got damaged. The Chachamim instituted to make sure people should be wary of, should be more careful not to damage, that when they pay, they have to pay with the best of their field. Now, at the end of the day, as they point out here, value-wise, monetary value-wise, it's the same thing, right? It's going to be $100 worth of property. But clearly, people will take a smaller quality field, knowing that it's going to produce better fruits. You won't have to work as hard in it to produce better fruits. So there is so even though again monetarily you're getting the same thing, but qualitatively there's a difference to people. The better land is easier to produce better fruits from, and therefore there is a benefit to the nizik, and there's something that the mazik is losing out on, the damager is losing out, and therefore that is the tikkun olam, that is the benefit of society, to make the damager pay his best field in order to he'll be more careful about not damaging. Next, ubal choy bebeinanis. A creditor gets paid with the medium level land. Now, what that means is here, again, a borrower too must pay with money or movable goods. That's what he's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't have, that's when he pays with land. Now, under Torah law, when a borrower uses land to pay off his debt, he may give land of the lowest quality that he actually can do. He can give the lowest quality land. That's what the borrower can do. This, however, might discourage people from lending, since they do not want to receive inferior land as payment. The rabbis thus enacted that a borrower pay with his medium quality land. They don't make you pay with your best land, but with your medium quality land, because then people won't be so apprehensive of lending money. Okay, so that's the second one. Uksubas isha beziburis. And when it comes to a woman's ksuba, she gets paid with the lowest quality land. If the husband or the state is going to pay her with land, then they don't have to give her, they can give her the lowest quality land. Now, as we just said before, according to Torah law, even by a creditor, you can give the lowest quality land. Right? Even by a creditor, you can give the lowest quality land. When it comes to paying up debts, right? Damages, the Torah says differently. But when it comes to the paying up of debts, debts can be paid with the lowest quality land, according to Torah law. But by loans, we want to make sure people don't hesitate to lend money, and therefore we say, not the best land, you have to give the best land, but the medium land. When it comes to the ksuba, we are saying that things can remain at where the Torah law is. The Torah law is to get the lowest quality land, which is what every creditor should get, and that's where it stays by a woman. Why is that? Because by the creditor, by the person who lent the money, we're concerned people will lend money if they will end up with inferior land. A woman is happy she gets a ksuba. She wants to get married. She's happy she has a ksuba. It's enough for her that even it would be inferior land. And therefore, there's no reason to have to make a special takana, special law to say, we got to give her better land because otherwise women won't want to get married. We want to make sure she has a ksuba, but at the same time, and that's important to her, but it's enough that she'll get something, that she'll get land, even if it's going to be of his lowest quality. So that's the first half of the Mishnah. Now, for an interesting aside, they bring down here in the notes that according to Torah law, where does a woman collect her ksuba from according to Torah law? Only from land. I didn't know that. Okay? According to biblical law, a wife can collect her ksuba only from land. However, in the times of the Gaonim, that means the sages after the times of the Gemara, the law was changed to let a wife collect even from money or movable goods. Accordingly, a husband may give her land only if he has no money or movable possessions available, or his wife agrees to accept land. So that's an interesting aside. Okay? Now the Mishnah concludes, Rabbi Meir says, Av ksubas isha b'beinanis. Even a woman's ksuba has to be paid with beinanis. The same way that a creditor gets the medium quality land of the one paying, so too the woman gets the medium quality land of the one that's paying her. And the Bartanura says, halacha does not follow Rabbi Meir. Have a wonderful day. Just to remind everyone that tomorrow there will not be a Mishnah share because tomorrow after davening will be a breakfast and a special share. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
What?